And welcome to the Reshape Your Menopause show. I'm your host, Tracy Sider. I'm also the host of the Moving and Reshaping Club Facebook group for peri and post menopause. So if you are not in the group, go and find us and join us because we have an amazing show tonight with transformational coach and advanced SOMA Breathwork instructor, Esther Willinger, who is going to be joining us in a minute. But if you want to comment and interact, which we would love you to do, we need you to be doing that in the Facebook group. So please head over there if you're watching us on LinkedIn or YouTube. And if you're watching on the replay, just type hashtag replay. I'm so excited for Esther to join us. Esther, let me bring you on. And I am going to check as well if we are streaming properly to all the right places. 1 second. Okay. Hi, Esther. So amazing having you with us today. You want to say hi and let us know where you are joining us from, and everybody watching, let us know in the chat where you're joining us from as well, and type a 1 if you've ever done breathwork before and a 2 if you haven't. So hi, Esther. So awesome.
Hello, Tracy. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me. How are you doing, Tracy?
I'm good. It's just very rainy in Toronto.
I know. Well, you know what? We need the rain for the flowers to start blossoming. So I always say this is a great time to breathe and blossom.
Oh, I love that. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. Let me just check in the chat. If you're joining us, please just say hi. I'm going to pin this to the featured section of the Facebook group so that where people are joining the Facebook group, it's easy for them to find us. But tell us about breathwork, Esther, and how you got into it.
So breathwork is something I've become very passionate about in the last couple years. I am a transformational coach and an advanced breathwork instructor, but this is actually fairly new in my career path. I was I actually led an agency, an advertising agency for over 20 years. And during the COVID pandemic, my agency got hit really badly, which was a very chaotic time for me personally and professionally. And it actually gave me time to take pause and sit back and say, like, okay, I've been doing this for 20 years. Is this what I really, really want to do for the next 20 years? And I actually decided at that time to start scaling back because I was in a state where I wasn't feeling fulfilled in my business anymore. And for me, it was like a reset. And at that time, I did not know that I'd be doing what I'm doing today. But I did go on this path of exploration and rediscovery. And I call it rediscovery because I feel like I got to rediscover my authentic self. I became into this point in my life where I was so busy being busy, very stressed, very anxious. And simply, I just decided that I wasn't happy in that state. And in this path of exploration, and taking many wellness courses, I discovered that I love transforming myself. And it felt kind of natural to help others reconnect and rediscover their authentic self.
Beautiful. I love that. Let us know in the chat. Also, let us know in the chat if you can relate to any of what Esther is talking about in terms of, hitting this wall with your career and feeling unfulfilled, right, at this stage of our lives. Let us know in the chat. Yeah. So how did you find breathwork?
So, like I said, in this path of rediscovering and transforming myself, and by the way, not just professionally, I found that I transformed my life even personally, my family life. I was putting so much attention into my work and my clients and my even my employees that I was not mentally present with my family. And so part of my transformation was, becoming conscious of that and changing my beliefs, changing my lifestyle, changing my focus. And again, so not only transforming professionally, but personally. And so that's the other thing that I want everybody who's following, I'm curious to know, maybe it's even if your career is, something that you're satisfied with, are there things, personally in your life that you feel like you're hitting a wall in, and you're looking for transformation in? So that's just one thing I wanted to put out there. But at the same time that I was going through this path of discovering and becoming a transformational coach, I discovered breathwork at a retreat that I went to in Jordan called A-Fest. I don't know if you've ever heard of A-Fest through Mind Valley. And in that retreat, the founder of SOMA Breath gave a session to our group of 300 professionals and entrepreneurs from all over the world. And this experience was so profound and so transformational for me in that moment. And it was something I carried on with me, not even just the way it made me feel, but the insights and the messages, I would say, that I got, being able to clear my mind, put me on a further path of exploration into breathwork, because I was like, what is this? What is this experience?
And amazing. Well, those people watching, stay tuned, because Esther is actually going to take us through a breathwork session soon. Okay. So exactly. If you need to hop off for something, hop right back on.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's pretty much how I discovered breathwork. And on that path of practicing, I was like, okay, I see what it's done for me. I feel like I want to really share this with more people. And so that's how I became a transformational coach. I went to Ibiza, studied with the founder of SOMA Breath. And then I brought it back here. And it was quite exciting when I started sharing it with people. The instant effects, I feel like things that took me 2 years to discover and to change, like within one breathwork session or within a couple sessions, I saw these similar shifts happening with people and accelerating their transformation or their growth or their healing. And so that's what's inspired me to share it even more.
Beautiful. I love that. So can we try something? I know people are eager to experience what it is. Hi, Karen from Michigan and Judith from Vancouver, BC. Awesome to have you here with us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. So yes, so I actually wanted to focus on some techniques that help alleviate symptoms for menopause, right? So can you share with me maybe some symptoms that come up a lot? I know there are some that I know come up, but maybe common symptoms that you feel that come up a lot in your discussions. And I'll talk about how these techniques can help those symptoms.
Absolutely. Well, of course, woo, as I'm sitting here now, the hot flashes, right?
Yes, yes.
The hot flashes and the cold flashes. I don't know if other people have cold flashes like at night. I go between hot flashes and cold flashes, and really it only happens at night. And I can go through like periods of having disturbed sleep and then things being everything okay, fine, At the moment, very disturbed sleep. So it's the hot flashes. A lot of people in the Moving and Reshaping Club Facebook group and in my Reshape Method program have gut issues, brain fog. Those.
You're right.
Let us know in the chat what peri and postmenopausal issues you are struggling with. Yeah, I'll let you know what people post.
Yes, let us know, because there are different techniques that help different symptoms. Common ones that I know that I'm going to cover in tonight's session are things like mood swings, like you mentioned, hot flashes. Hot flashes can create sleep disturbance, right? So you wake up and then you have trouble going back to sleep. So some of these techniques can help you put yourself back to sleep easier. Also, inflammation in the body. If you feel tension and inflammation, these techniques can help reduce that inflammation or pains or stresses in the body, anxiousness, overwhelm. So the techniques I'm going to go through today are simple techniques that people can implement any time of day and help relieve these symptoms. How does that sound?
Amazing. Sounds awesome. Can't wait.
Awesome. So there are first a few things I want to talk about is about the quality of your breath. Okay, because there are things that people need to know about their breath, so that they can check in and see if they have a healthy breath pattern in their regular state, right? Because the quality of your breath is the quality of your life. And I always say that the answer is literally right under our noses, and we can tell how a person's state is based on just watching them breathe, right? So if you see somebody who's really calm and relaxed, you can probably just intuitively know by the fact that they are breathing very quietly, subtly. You can barely even tell they're actually breathing, right? Have you noticed that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Somebody's very, right? You can barely tell. So their breath is calm, subtle, smooth. If somebody's anxious or stressed, you can see in their shoulders, you can see their breath is a little more shallow, right? If somebody's frustrated, they might be huffing and puffing, right? So when we are breathing, we want to ensure that we are breathing. Nasal breathing is the healthy way to breathe. Okay, so breathing in and out through our nose on a regular daily basis is the healthiest way to breathe. Why? Because as you're breathing in through your nose, you are having a chance to warm the air before it enters your lungs, and you have a chance to filter the air and clean it actually before it enters your lungs, right? So that is really important for a healthy breath, to be nasal breathing. That's the first thing you want to know. The other thing you want to know is that by breathing in through your nose, you're producing nitric oxide. And nitric oxide is a natural anti-inflammatory, antiviral, antibacterial, and antioxidant. So we have this personal inner pharmacy just by simply breathing through our nose. Okay? That's the first thing I want everybody.
A lot of people don't even realize when they're not breathing through their nose, right? We do a lot of realignment work in the Reshape method to be able to get this beautiful calm breath that you're talking about to happen well in the body. There are often alignment issues that are stopping people from being able to do that. So let us know in the chat. Are you a nose breather, a mouth breather? Not sure. A lot of people aren't sure at night, right? And so sometimes I'll get Reshape method members to sleep with their mouths taped at night.
Yes, that's actually a really important tip. And that also, again, aligns with the whole concept of really breathing through our nose. There are a lot of studies now that have come up that, talk about the health benefits of breathing through your nose, and that is not only is it healing, but breathing through your mouth can be causing other ailments that you may not realize are connected. So the more that you can breathe during the day and at night through your nose, the better and the healthier it is for you. So that's definitely one point about tuning into your regular breath through your nose. The other thing you want to notice in your breath, is it smooth and connected on the inhales and on the exhales? So are you inhaling and exhaling at a very nice, gentle rhythm? There shouldn't really be pauses in between your inhales and your exhales when you're breathing naturally. When we're doing breath work, we may get you to do certain techniques, but when you're breathing naturally, your inhales and your exhales should be smooth, connected. That makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Are people in the chat, are they noticing, are they tuning into their breaths and checking in that they are breathing through their nose, smooth and connected on their inhales and exhales?
Let us know.
Awesome.
We have Karen did say she has a lot of joint inflammation and brain fog.
Okay, perfect for letting us know that. Thank you, because these techniques will definitely also help you get better clarity and focus. And the techniques that I'm going to explain tonight also help you reduce inflammation in the body. So definitely stay on, because I'm going to get to those in a couple minutes. The other just key little things about your breath: soft, subtle breath and kind of gentle, calm, and effortless. Sometimes you may watch people and you can see that they're struggling, right, with their breath. So those are things that by doing these exercises and these techniques, you're sort of like working what I call your breath muscle, so that when it comes to your regular breathing, it becomes easier and it becomes more natural. Does that make sense?
Amazing. Yeah. And Rit says, I'm generally a nose breather. Yay, me. Yes. Yay, you.
Yay. Yay. Amazing. Great. So I want to get into these techniques, which are really, really easy to follow. And before we actually go into the techniques, I want to do a breath test with everybody who's on, or if you're in the replay. So the way we're going to do a breath test is I want you to put your right hand on your chest and your left hand on your belly, okay? And if you can just close your eyes, I'm going to count you in on your inhales and on your exhales. And I just want you to tune in to your breath and just tune into your hands, okay? So we're going to exhale all the air out. Then you're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. One more. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so my question is, which hand did you feel rise first? Did you feel your right hand on your chest rise first? Or did you feel your left hand on your belly rise first on your inhales? So if they can type into the chat what came up first, your right hand on your chest, you can put a 1, or on your belly, you can put a 2.
Okay, we'll wait for people to let us know. For me, It was my belly. It was a 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You're a pro.
Let us know. Yeah. So we've got 2s. We've got 2s coming in, but we've also got 2s coming in from Reshape Method members. So they've already been practiced at this. So let us know, especially if you're watching on the replay. Lisa says 1. Lisa says 1. And Lisa also said she was advised about breathing for pelvic floor health, right? And that absolutely ties in the chest breathing with the pelvic floor health. So stay tuned.
Okay. So you're getting some more answers in. Most of the people, it sounds like in your group, are feeling it like their belly rising first. Are we getting any more chest breathing? Feeling it?
Let's see. There's a little bit of a delay. Karen says 2, the belly, but she says she has to think about it.
Okay. Okay. So people can still keep putting their answers in, but I'll just explain that for the sake of this practice, we definitely want to notice the belly rising first before the chest. If you're feeling your chest rising first, it's generally a sign of shallow breathing, which is very common in today's society because we live very fast-paced lives, very stressful lives, and that just causes that urgency and that rushing and that stress causes very shallow breaths, right? And shallow breathing is normal if you're running away from a saber-toothed tiger and you need to get your system going and activate your sympathetic nervous system. But in everyday life, we shouldn't be in that state because, again, those stresses cause inflammations in the body, which lead to further pains and sometimes still illnesses. So we want to, on a regular basis, be breathing in to our diaphragm, expanding our diaphragm. And when you're breathing in like that, you should feel your belly rising first instead of your chest. Now, if that's not happening yet, at least if you start working with that intention, then you are exercising those muscles and and expanding your diaphragm. You'll be able to take in more oxygen and you'll feel more flow. Okay. So any other comments that I need to know about?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. So just one more time for anybody who has felt their chest rising first. I just want to do this again one more time so they can experience and put the intention to take the breath deeper into the diaphragm. And so that when we do the other techniques, you'll have it down pat. One more little piece of advice for anybody who's also listening, who is a chest breather. If you're having trouble with it, some tip that you can use is imagine as if your nose was in your belly button, and as if you're taking in that breath to your belly button. That sometimes helps the intention a little bit better. Okay, so let's just try that again with the right hand on the chest, the left hand on the belly. And we can just again go within, exhale all the air out, and then inhale 2, 3, 4, exhale 2, 3, 4, in 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, in 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4. Okay, so just want to know if anybody's feeling a difference this time, just consciously tuning in. If they're feeling their chest still number 1 or their belly coming up first, number 2, they can just put that in and I get a sense of where everybody's at. Okay, awesome. So are we ready to move into these techniques that I want to give you to help
absolutely.
with your rest? Okay, to help with your, gaining focus, clarity, calm, sense of peace. There's a particular technique that's called the rest and digest technique. And what this breath pattern does is it helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system. And the parasympathetic nervous system is what you want to activate when you want to be in a state of calm, relaxation, help you sleep, help you digest your food, help you heal, right? So we're going to go through that technique. One thing I do want to mention before we get started is that when we're normally doing SOMA breath, a SOMA breath experience, SOMA breath is a combination of music, breath work, and visualization. For tonight's session, we don't have the music component because of the Facebook Live, and there would be a delay and things like that. So we're going to focus on the techniques without the music. But what I did want to mention is that if anybody wants to have a full SOMA breath experience, I am offering a free SOMA breath session on Sunday night at 8 p.m. And so I'll provide you a link. And if you want to sign up for that, then you'll get a full SOMA breath experience with the body activation that we do, the music, and the full experience for a complete SOMA breath session. Okay, but for tonight, I'm going to take you through these really important techniques that you can implement yourself any time of day, any day of the week, and really tap into these benefits. Okay, so the first technique, as I mentioned, is called the rest and digest technique, and there's a simple rule for it. We inhale, and our exhales are double the length of our inhales. Does that make sense? Your exhales are double the length of your inhales, okay? So for example, when we breathe in, we're going to breathe in for like 2 beats, and we would breathe out for 4 beats, okay? That activates the parasympathetic system, which is, again, very good for healing, for helping rest, and even for helping digest. If you have a meal and it's like not moving around and you need it to help your digestion, you can use this technique. So there's the breathing in for 2 beats and exhaling for 4 beats. And then when you want to lengthen that and take it a little deeper, we're going to inhale for 4 beats and then exhale for 8 beats. So it's double the length. Okay, so we're going to practice that. The other thing that we're going to do is, for the sake of the practice, what we do is we inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. So while we talked about in normal everyday breathing, we want to inhale and exhale through the nose. For this practice, we are inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Okay?
Great.
Are we ready to do this first technique? Okay. So just making sure if you are either sitting up straight and aligned, you want to make sure that your posture is straight, that you're comfortable. You want to make sure that your shoulders are relaxed, and just tune in. If you want, you can lie down. If you prefer to lie down during these exercises, you can also do that. Okay. Should I give everybody a chance to get comfortable, or are we ready?
I think we're good. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So if you want to just close your eyes and tune in, and I'll count you on your breaths, on your inhales and on your exhales. So what you're going to do is you're going to empty out all the air through your mouth, and then inhale for 2 beats and exhale 2, 3, 4. Inhale through the nose, 2. Exhale through the mouth, 2, 3, 4. In through the nose for 2. Exhale through the mouth, 3, 4. In through the nose, 2. Exhale through the mouth, 3, 4. In for 2. Exhale, 3, 4. Now just stay right there and just breathe in and out naturally through your nose for a minute, and just check in with yourself and see how you feel. Just scan your body and see how you're feeling inside. And as you're scanning your body, see if you can find any areas of tension, any areas that feel either stiff, tense, any subtle pains in any areas. And then in this next round, we're going to breathe in for 4 through the nose and out for 8 through the mouth. Okay? And then when you're breathing in, you want to take that breath into any areas that you feel any tension. You're going to breathe into them. And then on your exhale, you're going to imagine releasing that tension through the exhale through your mouth. Okay? So let's tune back in. And we are going to in, 2, 3, 4, then out through the mouth, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. When you're breathing in through the nose, just scan your body for any areas of tension. And as you exhale, imagine exhaling that tension, that stiffness out through the mouth on your exhale, completely releasing it from your body. Okay, so in, 2, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, in, 2, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now just go back to your regular breath as you keep your eyes closed, and just tune in and do another scan. And just check in and see if you feel any difference, any sense of relaxation or releasing of any tensions, or even just feeling a sense of inner calm, a little bit more of a relaxed feeling as a result of that. So I'd be curious to know how people are feeling, Tracy. How are people feeling from that technique? Do you feel any change?
Yeah, let us know in the chat. Do you feel any change while we're giving people time to type in? I'm definitely feeling change. I came into the session like very exhausted and tense, and just feel like, just a sense of like well-being and calm. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So this is a great technique. Like if you're ever just during your day, if you're feeling a sense of stress, tension, overwhelm, just take a few minutes to yourself. And like I said, you could either do the 2 in, 4 out, or you can go a little deeper, 4 in, 8 out, and it can completely change your state. The other thing, sorry, were you going to say something, Tracy?
Irit says she's feeling relaxed, and Judith said she's feeling calm and relaxed. Thank you, guys.
Amazing. Yeah, so this is a great, also a great breathwork technique to use before you go to sleep. If you're, trying to wind down, having a hard time going to sleep. I've had experiences where sometimes I'm actually very energized and excited after a breathwork session that I give, right? After a class, I'm sure you get that sometimes, Tracy, right? After you give a whole session, you have something you're like energized from it. You have a hard time winding down. And I've had sessions where I give sessions at night sometimes, and then I'm like all wired. And I'm like, I have to get to bed. I'll go in my bed and I will just do this technique, breathing in and out. Even if I feel like in my brain, I'm saying, this is not going to put me to sleep. There's no way. I'm too energized. I just say to myself, I'm going to keep doing this. Even if I have to breathe like this until the morning, I'm just going to keep doing this. And the next thing I know, I'm waking up in the morning and I'm like, I didn't even remember how I fell asleep.
Amazing.
So highly, highly recommend this technique for any time of day and help you go to sleep.
That's fantastic. Lisa says she's feeling calmer, but she said, I found my out breath, though, was difficult.
Yes, that does happen. If this is new for you, it is more challenging to exhale longer than the inhale. In those cases, I would say start with the 2 and the 4, right? The two beats in, 4 beats out, so you can shorten the experience. And then in time, you can go to the 4-8 that we did. So would that be helpful?
Yeah, let us know, Karen. I found, because I am quite an experienced breather, I wanted to go longer. I wanted to go 6-12. Can you go longer?
Yes, absolutely. By all means, you can go 6-12. If you can do 12-24, that would be amazing. You can take this as long as you can stretch it. So I would just recommend that you go in increments. And yeah, when 4-8 becomes really, really easy for you, you could even do 10-20. You can do 8-16, right? So you can do it however it works, for sure. So that's one really effective technique. And the other tip that I would say is, if you're waking up in the middle of the night from your hot flashes and your sweats or whatever, this is a great way to help put you back to sleep. Okay.
Right, because what happens, you wake up from the hot flash, right? And then you're like, oh my goodness, and like you land up getting even more anxious because like, I'm not going to get to sleep and I've got a meeting in the morning, and then you're planning all the doom for your day, right? And then there's no way to getting back to sleep. So
exactly. Yeah. So this is a great technique to help you go back to sleep. All right. So the next technique is a breath hold. Okay. So a lot of people who do breath work, they're used to the breath hold where you hold the breath on the inhale. In SOMA breath, on a lot of our experiences, we do an out breath hold, where we hold our breath on the exhale. Now, it's not comfortable at first because people are not used to that, right? Emptying out and then holding it on the exhale. But it's actually a really beneficial, technique. The reason it's beneficial is because, going back to what we were talking about before, where we are very stressed, shallow breathers, we're taking in a lot of excess oxygen. And having excess oxygen, just like, just as we know that over-oxygenation can rust certain things, think about it in our body. We have more oxygen than we need. We need to release the oxygen. We need to increase our carbon dioxide levels only just during the breath hold. It's called building intermittent hypoxia, so that by increasing the carbon dioxide, the excess oxygen that we're storing in our cells can release into the body tissue that are depleted, where we don't, because we're not oxygen efficient, because we're not circulating that oxygen properly, we are getting tensions in certain areas that are not being oxygenated properly. So by increasing our carbon dioxide levels, by holding our breath on the exhale, our carbon dioxide levels go up, and then our cells sort of are signaled to release the excess oxygen into the areas that have inflammation, which helps the healing process. Okay, so that's from a scientific perspective, like why it's beneficial for healing and reducing tension and reducing inflammation. That's where you'll see some of the effects in that part. But also for calming the mind, when you hold your breath on the exhale, you have a hard time thinking while you're on exhale. When you're holding your breath in, you're like getting that rush of inspiration and thoughts, like, and we already have a lot of that. We do the opposite effect. It helps calm the mind, still the mind. And so what you want is when you do that, after you do that for a little while, when you take your inhale, then you get this burst of inspiration and, you know, clarity and all these other things that we are looking for, right? So are you ready to practice this one?
Let's do it.
Okay. So in order for us to do this, I'm going to first cue us to take some inhales and some exhales. Okay. So I'm going to use the 4-8 because that's kind of what we're playing with that technique. So I'm going to go back to that one, and then we're going to do the breath hold after a few breaths, and then you'll get a sense for that. By the way, if I'm making you, or I'm guiding you to hold the breath too long, and you really feel like you need to take a breath in, this is your experience. You are in control. So you can take a little sip in and exhale all the air out, and then just keep holding. Okay.
Yeah. And of course, all participation on whatever you're watching us on is completely voluntary and at your own risk, people.
Yeah. And speaking of risk, so I just want to mention that, you know, the regular breathing, the breathing in beats is completely safe for everybody. And even the breath holds, for the most part, are actually very healing. But there are certain conditions that I would say don't do the breath holds. So I'm going to just actually mention those, because if you have any of these conditions, I would say do not do the breath holds unless you speak to your doctor and, you know, you get the pass on that. But if you have any severe or critical diseases, or COPD2 or COPD3, or if you've had organ failure or late stage terminal illness, if you experience epilepsy or have a pacemaker or irregular heartbeat, I would say avoid the breath holds. For people who are pregnant, which I'm assuming are not in this group, also don't do the breath holds. And tinnitus or hernias can be aggravated by this. So again, you have to use your own discretion or speak to your doctor about it. Otherwise, if you don't have these conditions, you know, feel free to do it. But also, I always advise in any of this, tune into yourself and really, you know, be guided by what feels right for you. Okay? Sound good?
Excellent.
All right. So we ready to go back into the technique? So I'm gonna do in for 4, out for 8 for a few rounds, and then we're gonna go into the breath hold, and then we'll take you to the third technique after that. Got it?
Great.
Okay. So exhale all the air out as you close your eyes, and then inhale for 2, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now all together, let's take a deep breath fully in. Hold for a second, squeeze every muscle in your body, and then exhale all the air out through your mouth, emptying out your lungs completely and holding your breath on the exhalation. And just hold it there. The quality of your breath is the quality of your life. So just tune in and just go inward and scan your body and just allow yourself to completely let go and relax. And if at any point this feels too long, you could take a small sip in, exhale all the air out, and just keep holding and go a little bit deeper. And then all together, take a deep breath fully in, hold, and exhale all the air out. And then just go back to your regular pace. And just check in with how you're feeling. Just check in with yourself and how that felt. Tracy, I'm curious, how did that feel for you?
I love doing breath holds. What I noticed is that my breath holding has gotten a lot longer than it was. Like, I'm interested to see how long people could hold the breath for. I know when I started doing breath holds, I couldn't do it for very long, right? But you'll be amazed at how quickly you improve at that. It's a bit of a shock for your body the first time you even do it. Like, your mind's like, what are you doing, right?
Yeah.
But I love what you said, that it really does draw you into focus when you hold exhale. And then, yeah, I did feel that, like, it's like that shot of clarity and focus and being pulled into the present when you go for that inhale. I love that. Yeah.
Yes.
Let us know in the chat. We have Judith is asking, is holding the breath the normal way to breathe, or just during the breath work?
What's the question?
Is holding the breath the normal way to breathe?
No.
No. Or just during the breath work?
Just during the breath work. No, we are not supposed to. That's we kind of reviewed that in the beginning, was that regularly our breath should be soft, subtle, smooth, connected on our inhales to our exhales. Just our breath should be sort of flowing very nice, naturally on our inhales and exhales on a regular basis. These are exercises that we do during breath work. So I say it's like working your breath work muscles so that we can improve the quality of the way we breathe, the quality of our breath, gain the benefits of the clarity, activating the parasympathetic system, or whatever it is that we want to do, so that when we're breathing regularly, the quality of our regular breath gets better. But definitely we should not be holding our breath on a regular basis. In fact, that's the problem when people, for sleeping, like sleep apnea, is that they're holding their breath in their sleep is not healthy. So definitely do not want to be doing that on a regular basis. Okay.
And
any other question?
Karen says, unfortunately, I have tinnitus.
Okay. So I wouldn't suggest that you do it unless you consult, with your doctor, or there are some people who are very in tune with their bodies and know with their limits. So I would say, feel in it. We just have a contraindication that it can get aggravated by the breath hold. So it's really, you kind of have to tune into yourself. Maybe with some breathwork experience, then you'll get a feel for these things. But if you're new to it, I would just say, just watch yourself.
And I have a question. Is there a reason, what is the reason why you want us to exhale through the mouth and not through the nose?
That's a great question. So what we've learned is that because we are, again, doing this as an exercise, and we know that on our inhales, breathing in through the nose builds up the nitric oxide, which has all those healing benefits. So for the sake of being able to accumulate that nitric oxide, we want to keep that activated in the nose and exhale through the mouth, so that you're not exhaling and sort of losing some of those healing benefits, right? So it is, you could do this breath work in through the nose, out through the nose too, if you wanted to, but during SOMA, our protocols have been in through the nose, out through the mouth during the rhythmic breathing. And then when we're in between the breath holds and the next breath hold, we do some just going back to regular breathing, so you can sort of check in with your breath and get into a really calm state. Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Are there any other questions coming up or comments that I should know about before I move on to the third technique?
Oh, no, let's go on to the third technique, although Judith did say thank you for the clarification about the breath holding.
Okay, amazing. So the third technique is humming. Have you ever heard of the benefits of humming?
I have. Love me some humming. Yeah.
Okay. So there are some great benefits. Some people love humming. Some people, they feel it makes them really uncomfortable. But I'm all about, getting comfortable being uncomfortable, because the more we do things that get us outside of our comfort zone, the more we stretch ourselves and the more we can conquer other things in life, that are, really uncomfortable. So I would say humming is something you should really try out. Why? Because humming also builds our nitric oxide. Again, which is, we've just learned, is like an inner pharmacy of benefits for antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, antiviral, etc. So humming activates that or increases it. Overall, I'm sure you can feel it when you hum. You're raising your vibration in your body. You're literally feeling the vibration in your body. And when you're activating this vibration, you're also increasing your energy. Okay. So that's another reason. Humming also, if you notice, sometimes like little kids like to hum a lot, right? Like they play and they hum, and we lose this natural, like intuitive or innate connection with humming. But humming calms and clears our mind, right? So if you think, like when you're in the shower and you're humming, like it's like getting you to a state of calm. So it's another technique to help calm our minds and clear our minds to gain clarity. It also activates our voice. It opens up our voice. Often as women, sometimes we don't speak our thoughts, our mind. And so if we want to manifest our realities and our vision, part of it is speaking our truth, speaking our thoughts. And so, humming is something that activates our voice. Okay. And so those are some of the benefits. Are those benefits worth humming? Tracy, would you say they're worth humming?
Definitely. We're getting lots of yeses. Judith saying yes, she's heard of humming for the vagus nerve.
Yes, absolutely.
Love vibration.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So definitely beneficial for the vagus nerve, because the vagus nerve is something we also want to calm and still, right? I can see that the rest and digest technique is actually working on you, Tracy.
It is. I'm like yawning away here. I don't know if people can see. I'm like, I'm ready for bed. I'll just leave you to end the Zoom.
You know what? That's why I'm glad we did this technique at night, because I find that when I do this in the evening, a lot of people tell me they get the best sleep that night. So this is great.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why, these shows are usually at midday, and I thought, no, you want to be able to do this and then just be able to roll into bed. So I hope everybody thinks this is a good time.
Absolutely. So what I want to do, if you're okay with this, I want to put this all together. I want to do one last round where we do the breathing, we'll do the breath hold, and then we're going to end with 3 hums and go back into just, regular state and kind of tie it all together. Does that sound good?
Amazing.
So this is the last round that we'll, And like I said, do you mind if I share the link, Tracy, for if people want to try a full Soma breath experience with music, body activation, and the whole experience on Sunday, if they want to sign up for it? Are you good? Are you okay if I
Yes,
share that?
please
Okay.
put the link in the chat, and I'll put it in the Facebook.
Okay, let me
How
just
often do you offer these?
to be honest, I don't have a particular I don't have a particular time. It's sort of like when the opportunities come about, I put them out. And so I would also say if anybody wants to subscribe to my newsletter, like on my, you know, when you sign up for this one, if you subscribe to my newsletter, then whenever I have a free experience, you'll find out about it and you'll be able to do them. And also if you want to follow me on Instagram, I also let you know when I have experiences that you can, you know, be part of. So if you want to do that, yeah. So let me just drop that in before we do our last round. Okay, let me know if you got that, Tracy, and if you want to share it.
Okay, I will go ahead and share that.
Yeah, and anybody is welcome to register for it. Once you register, you'll get the Zoom link for it. It's on Sunday, this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 5 p.m. Pacific time. And this particular one, we will be doing techniques where we are going to do the rest and digest, but we're also going to do balanced breathing of in for 4, out for 4. We'll do a little bit of rapid breathing so you can get like the whole pharmacy in our experience. And also you're welcome to invite other friends, and you could even have men can join this one. It's like, it's good for everybody. Okay. So I'm making it open to anybody who really wants to get a taste of Soma breath and experience it, you know, before bedtime or evening if you're on the Pacific. All right. So are we ready for the last round?
Yes.
Where we're going to tie it all together. Amazing. Before I'm going to assume that everybody knows how to hum. You know, we're going to do like and you can hum in whichever way. You can do you can do an you can do a ha, whatever flows and makes you feel like you're vibrating at a soothing level, and you can feel that you know, that energy or vibration through your body, and you know, that tingling sensation of whatever it is. Do whatever feels right and resonates with you. Okay, so let's take it from the top. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Amazing. Okay. All right. So we're going to go back. Make sure your back is aligned. You're sitting comfortably or lying down. Let's close our eyes again. Just tuning in, and exhale all the air out, emptying out your lungs. And then we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In through the nose, 3, 4, out through the mouth, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now all together, we're going to take a nice nourishing deep breath in, filling up, have a little squeeze, and then exhale all the air out through the mouth, emptying out the lungs and holding the breath after a full exhalation. And then just become still. Just focus within, feeling a sense of calm, inner peace, tranquility. If at any point you feel a need to take a sip in, exhale, keep holding, keep connecting, allowing the thought files to disappear, reassembling, gaining clarity and calm. And then all together, take a deep breath fully in, filling yourself up, bringing this energy from your core up through your heart, out through the crown of your head. And then exhale all the air out. And then again, take a deep breath fully in, filling yourself up. And then just sort of focusing in the center of your mind, just focusing and sort of focusing on a little light in the center of your mind as you're filling in with that sense of inspiration. And then all together, we're going to release with a hum. 1, 2, 3, release. Hum. Then you're going to take a deep breath in. Again, bringing that energy up and then exhaling with a hum. Hum. Take another deep breath in. And then as you exhale with a hum, feel that vibration through your body. Exhale, hum, hum. And then just become still. And just go back to your regular breath. In and out through your nose. Calm, subtle, connected breaths. Just tuning in to your body, tuning into any feelings, sensations, inspirations. And inner peace. And then gently, whenever you're ready, coming back into the space, and gently opening your eyes whenever you're ready.
Oh, that was amazing. Oh, loved it. Very, very powerful. And I can only imagine how much more powerful it is, when you've got the music going. Facebook doesn't allow the music for licensing things and all sorts of stuff. So that was beautiful. Let us know in the chat if you enjoyed that. I loved kind of like the just like the light and the clarity that comes with it. It's phenomenal.
Yes, yes. So I would say this is a small little dose of the real full experience. When we normally do SOMA breath, we generally start off with some light body activation, some movement to elevate our energy, get unstuck from our thoughts, and really get into a better state before we get into the breath work. And then the music, really helps us get into a state of calm and inner peace and release from the outside world. And then with the guidance and the breathing in beats and the breath holds and all of these pharmacy of experiences together really take the whole experience to a whole other level. So yeah, if anybody's curious if anybody felt the benefits of just this small dose, I really recommend that you tune in on Sunday night and get a full experience.
Thank you. Well, thank you so, so much, Esther, for coming to join us tonight. Judith said, great class. Karen said, great breath work. Irit said, it felt good. Lisa James said, thank you, was interesting. Amazing. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. I love breath work, and that I definitely want to look further into practicing it. I think it's so important for everybody. It's really, really powerful and transformative, as you say. What kind of transformations have you noticed, like with your clients?
Thank you for asking that question. So much. I mean, I have even, first of all, a bunch of testimonials on my site from clients. Different comments that people have given me is people who've had anxiety for years. One class, their first class with me, this one woman with anxiety, she said she had anxiety for 10 years. And that day that she did the experience, she said that was the first day in 10 years that she had like inner peace and didn't feel anxious. I just, a lot of mothers who tell me their busy lives, stressed. I work with teachers and they just tell me like that. It just calms them down, calms their nerves. It's like things don't agitate them as much. Other feedback that I've gotten is some people come in with like neck and shoulder pain or back pain. And then by the end of the class, they're like, they don't feel the pain anymore. Or some people have headaches. I've had people who, I do a lot of live classes too. And I have some people who are like, they tell me that day, they're like, I almost didn't come because I was in so much pain in my back and I didn't feel like coming. And then I thought, oh, I'll just go because, I know I have to show up. And then they're like, I'm so grateful because whatever the reason that they weren't going to come for is the thing that ends up helping, right? So just all like different pains, different tensions that get released. The other thing that feedback I've gotten a lot of in some of our sessions is the things that people don't even realize that things, the thoughts, ideas that are getting them stuck in life or feelings that they've been holding for years come up and they sort of allow them to release. Sometimes they, have an emotional release, but then they end up feeling lighter and they actually, can confront something that they didn't even realize they were holding in. So many different benefits and so many different experiences. And it's just, I feel so blessed to be able to share this, what I call transformative healing modality and experience.
Well, thank you. And thank you so much for coming on tonight and for sharing this with us. I hope lots of people watch the replay and get a taste of how powerful breathwork is, and you deliver it so beautifully. So thank you so much for sharing with us.
Thank you, Tracy, for having me. I really appreciate it, and I'm so happy you enjoyed it. And I look forward to you attending one of my sessions in the near future, whether you come on Sunday or one of my live classes. I would love for you to join.
I will be there. Absolutely. All the best.
Thank you. Have a